bloop, dunk, blah de blah de blah. So here we are with the surprisingly good tube bender. Now, since I uploaded the video, it's having a pretty good response, and I've had a few questions. Now, one question was, how do you work out what angle you're bending to? And well, I've been a fabricator for nearly 20 years, and well, I just make it up as I go along. I'm pretty good at eyeballing angles and just working with the steel. Now, I thought about it and I came up with a really simple solution that anybody can do. Now, I went to the shop and I bought a protractor and a fridge magnet, little round fridge magnet. Now, hot melt glue, fridge magnet, bloop, and there we go. Now, that can go dunk and stick straight onto there. And then, this is just a scrap piece of aluminium that's got a bevel on it. So, that can go on there. There we go. Now, when I set this up to do a bend, I'll put my pipe through. I will pull the arm around until it just pulls tension onto the pipe. Turn this until that lines up perfectly with the bevel there, and then as I pull around, it should be pretty close to showing me how many degrees I'm going to bend. Now, there we have it, my $2 degree wheel, and that should work well. Might put a second magnet on just to lift it up a little bit higher, just so that it clears that easier. But that should work fine. Now, the second question was the marks that this leaves on the pipe. Now, there is some marks that'll happen just here. Now, these are because of this piece that clamps the steel has a sharp edge on it. Now, this clamping bar just has a little bit of a sharp edge, but there is a lot of force trying to pull the tube through that. So that's why it leaves a mark. Now, it's not hard to sand the mark off. You can file just the edge of the clamp, but you risk it letting the pipe slide when you're trying to do your bend. So I figure I'm just going to be sanding off those little marks. So another question I had was that the outside of the bend was getting crushed. Now, I've had this when I've had the pipe in the former and the roller was pushed hard up against it. Now, what that does is then means that the roller is part of the former, and you don't want that. What you want is the roller to be forward of the bend, so it is drawing the steel through the bender instead of pushing it on the bender. Now, what that means is that where the pipe is actually bending, it's got no outside pressure pushing it there. It's actually being dragged in instead of forced in. So leaving a 3 to 5 millimeter gap between the roller and the piece of tube when you first put the tube in before you move the handle. That will allow the roller to sit further forward than the forming section. So it's hard to explain, but I hope you understand. Now, another question I had was about copper. I don't have any copper to form, but I have tried a little piece previously and it worked fine. So, I forgot the shed corgi. I'll go get the shed corgi. Shed corgi. Alright, as I was saying, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get alright tools, and well, you got to start somewhere. So, $200 bender, $2 degree wheel, and well, I made an entire off-road buggy with this so far. Now, if you have any more questions, leave them below and I will answer them. Now, yeah, that's it for this video. As always, customize everything. Let's go chase the tennis ball.